Hey everyone, it's VM Campos, Magic Fan. Welcome to another streaming Saturday. We've got a lot of stuff to do. We've got an event going on, the traditional Tinkerer's Cube. We're going to play some of that. I've also got some cracker packs to do. What else? Getting that gold, maybe some 1v1s, etc. We've got the questions of the day and so forth. So all the good stuff going on as usual. And with any suggestions that you all might have as well, gladly take those. So let's switch over to the game. So as we can see here in the schedule, what we're going to do first, as always, is try to get that gold for the day. We're going to do some gold digging, try to get that gold. Then we've got a cracker pack after that. I will reveal what the pack is in just a little bit. We'll reveal what that is in just a little bit. Then after that, we're going to start the Tinkerer's Cube. I'm going to go with the traditional best of three, the true way to play. And we're going to draft some cubes, some OP decks in that. Then after that, another cracker pack. Got another booster pack of the same set to show. Then we'll play some Brawl. Another cracker pack after that, so 3. And then call time, and then we'll sprinkle in some other things alongside that. So let me just confirm that all of my cameras are working well over here. Just want to check if all my things are working here. So we've got the game cam working just fine. We saw the amazing cam a moment ago. Here's the full screen cam. Everything looks good here so far. One day I might do a crack a pack of these over here, which is the classic 6th edition 2-player game. I have 2 of them that I got a few years ago off of eBay, so I might open that at some point and do a video about it, maybe. Web browser, there's the web browser right there in case we do some stuff. I have 8 notifications. I guess I should look at those at some point. And then the card cam over here. Yeah, so the boosters are over here. I'm going to show those eventually. Yeah, card cam looks good. Everything looks good over here. So I think we're going to start with the gold digging. Now we've got cast 20 black or green spells. Black or green. Black or green. I can play mono black Drana or Veto. Black or green. I don't have anything black and green. I could also do mono green. Now let's do this Drana deck first a little bit. Trying to get that gold. So how's everyone so far today? Chris, what is that? Krista. People have such creative names. Christopher Stewart? Is that the person's name, perhaps? Hey there, Mark. How are you doing? Welcome. Just started the stream right now. Trying to get today's gold. And my opponent is Christopher Stewart. So did you hear that Arena is coming to mobile at the end of this month? Are you to Android? Do you have an Android, by the way? An Android or an iPhone, or what do you have? Because it's coming to Android first at the end of this month, and then it's coming to the other more Android phones, and then also iPhone eventually. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. Turn 1 Scorpion. Okay. Kind of takes a while to figure that out, I guess. You have an Android tablet. Now, the only issue, though, is that it has to be a relatively new device. I don't know if it'll just be completely unusable on any non-sanctioned one, or it'll simply just run a little bit slower, or I don't know what. But they were saying that there's a list of like there's a list of some amount that are there's a list of some approved devices. Yeah, we might take a little segue to go look at the official announcement in a little bit, but that's what I'm wondering about is is it that it just won't work at all, or that it'll just work slower? I hopefully what they're doing is that any device can download it, but it might not work the best on an older device or a lower powered device or something. So I would probably try it as well. I've got my main phone is an Android phone here. This is a Motorola Moto G7, I believe. I've been liking this Motorola brand pretty well, but I have to check when I first got this phone. But I'm already seeing a little bit of wear on the right side. Not sure if it'll be fully visible on the camera. Maybe I'll show it in a little bit right there. There's like a weird edge right there. But anyway, let's see what's going on here first. Yeah, because my opponent's taking 10 years to play. Let's go over here for a moment, and if we look on the corner over here, there's like a weird, see if it's gonna focus over here. See on this side right here, there's a weird, next to Buster Bunny's ear over there, there's a like a weird yellowish discoloration right there. So not sure what's going on with that. Not sure what's going on with that phone there, even though I know that it's it's relatively new. I'm not sure why it's had that issue, and it's not like I like that particular edge. I've held onto it a lot. Oh wow, big brain play right there. Okay, anyway, let's bring out Trana over here. Mill them a bit. Epic proportions. 6 mana flash, enchant a creature, give it +5 and trample. That's fun. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They missed a land drop because I milled 1 land. Okay, well there's that other land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess they can summon their Corvault and eat their Scorpion. But little do they know. Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. They're gonna eat their Scorpion, and then when it's my turn, little do they know, I have an answer to that really scary dragon. And then I am attacking unimpeded, and I get to return my creature from the graveyard. There's only 1 in there. must be selected. That reminds me to do a little side digression here in a moment after we play this match. So that Drana we can look up Drana. There's been 3 Dranas. Sort by release date. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Sure. So they're going to take my own creature, use its own ability against me, but instead it did some fun shenanigans. Let's see if they block that Thieves Guild Enforcer. She already did her job. Well, I guess if I summon another rogue, she'll mill a little bit more. So how's the family? Everyone healthy and happy. I'm gonna do my weekly call to my parents tomorrow. Say hi to them. My brother in Northern California. We're all gonna meet up and then virtually and just catch up. Alright, that's a big old scary 7/7, I suppose. Let's do something fun here. So even if they block 1, I'm still have enough to get through, so I believe the opponent might be defeated at this point, plus a mill on that. Nice. So if they block my 4/4, that's still well, if they block the 5, that's still 8 coming through. So sorry about that, Christopher Stewart. Got it going on. All right, so let's take a little side detour right here because I just got into my mind. If we look over here, here are the history of the Drana characters. So Chandra Nalar Drana. That's funny. So the first Drana was from Rise of the Eldrazi back in 2010. I was gonna say Rise of the Eldrazi is not that long ago, but that's 10 years now. So that was Drana Kalistra Bloodchief, 5 mana for a 4/4. Vampire Shaman. She's got flying. Pay black and X. Target creature gets -0/-X until end of turn, and Drana gets +X. So that's cool. You give her a Howl from Beyond, and then you give a creature the opposite of that. So that's pretty fun. So if you have the whole 5 mana, if you're playing like a mono black deck, you can pump 5 mana, well actually 3, 2 for the black and then X of 3. So you can give a creature -3 and then Drana +3, she'll be a 7/4 flyer. If our former masters would have us kneel again, they shall feel our defiance slashed across their membranes. Who says membranes? Is like what is the significance of saying membranes? She looks vaguely bug-like. I don't know about you, but I kind of see like I guess that's her cape, but then she's got these like side things at her hips that make me think it's like bug carapace or cockroach wings or something. And I never noticed, but I wonder if those are gloves or she does have like really pointy fingers. I think her face looks really cool, her cool horns. I don't know, is that like her original, is she like demonic like that, or that's part of her outfit? And then the red cloak, shiny pants, Pretty cool art on that. That was by Mike Bierek. That was her first printing, her first appearance. Then after that, brand new. Then she came back for Battle for Zendikar. Battle for Zendikar. That one was 5 years later. And here we have Drana, Liberator of Malakir. And now she has 4 horns, or is that 5 horns? Compared to, yeah, she looks like a demon, even more right here. And this is like, this is what I've said before about, like, I kind of like the older magic art that they would be more like close up. You get a good sense of this character here, and like an interesting circle behind her. And then over here, okay, Liberator of Malakir, I guess you get the sense that she's liberating the rest of her Malakirian tribe or whatever. But it's this style of art that obviously, if you look at the original, you'll see all the details. But when you're holding onto these, you know, when you're holding onto these little cards like this size right here, you barely see any of that quality. And even on Arena, you don't see enough of the detail. So I wish it would have just been cropped. Like if we zoom in, like if this were the like if it was drawn that way, that was the original art on the card, I would have liked that. And yeah, you don't see her hordes coming with her, but you don't see them anyway in this modern art. And I guess you have to have the Hedron flying up there, and then the land and all of that. So yeah, of course the art is, and it's the same person, Mike Bierek, or Bierek. Interesting. So Mike Bierek did the original Drana, which also kind of feels cartoony, not like the realistic style that things are nowadays. So Bierek did that one. Anyway, she decreased down to 3 mana from 5, and now she's a vampire ally. And she's got flying and first strike, love that. When Drana, Liberator of Malakir, deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on each attacking creature. Oh yeah, so I've used this card in Historic. Really fun because everyone attacks. She's got first strike and flying. So if she hits the opponent, she does her first strike damage, and then the rest of all of your attackers get big. And it's a permanent +1. I will not live as a slave. If you would be free, then fight alongside with me. Yeah, I don't know what the story is going on with Zendikar. So Liberator Malakir, I don't know what's going on there. But she's way more valuable. 266 in the latest printing versus 35 cents in the Mystery Booster printing. And then the latest Drana, it would have been amazing if it was the same artist again, but this time with someone else, Tyler Jacobson. She was a 4/4, then a 2/3. Oh, I didn't notice that. So she was a 4/4, then a 2/3, and then back to a 4/4. And right here, her kind of like cloaks and stuff look really cool. She's got even more horns. I guess her expression now, I guess she looks a little bit older than before. She looked pretty youthful in her very first art. And I guess in the newer one, you know, she's aging, so that's cool. They're giving her continuity. But what's really cool is she's cutting her own vein, and then it's like a river of blood with some cool effect. Here, it's even a little bit more insect-like. It's probably just her outfit, but that looks insect-like. So now she's drawn out the last Blood Chief, 5 mana again, Vampire Cleric, so she's had lots of jobs. She was a Vampire Shaman, a Vampire Ally, and now a Vampire Cleric. She's got flying 4/4. When Drana, and I'm using her right now, attacks, defending player chooses a non-legendary creature card in your graveyard, return that card to the battlefield with a +1 counter on it, and it becomes a vampire as well. So there's a bunch of versions. There's the full art one, there's the regular art one, there's the day of, and then there's the other promo with the stamp on it. So that was a little digression to talk about all of the Dranas. Liberator and Blood Chief, last Blood Chief, those two are the ones, and then there's not enough room for flavor text. Those are the two that are on Arena, although Liberator is in Historic. So anyway, back to the gameplay. Just trying to get the gold for the moment, and that was today's history lesson on Drana. I wonder if there's like any official stories on the Wizard's website or in books. Do you know anything about her? She was there before I was in Magic. Okay. Heartless plus a land and or creature mentor, but that's a human. Underworld and then Sengir. Okay, let's see how that goes. So I think I'll have enough to play the I can play that rogue instead of I don't think they're gonna draw too many cards. Actually, they're probably gonna torch my creatures. So yeah, let's play the damage. Now, of course, all I need is just the Underworld peer into the abyss, and then that's game over. Okay. Do not want that one. I'm about to get 5 mana. That 5 mana could be for that Sengir Vampire. Luca, there's nothing to tilt into. Okay, I think what I'll probably do... I guess if they have some removal, I'm fine losing that Scion. Then next turn... yeah, they must have some removal because it's pausing for them. Next turn I can play 2 things at once. Well... the Dusk Fan won't do much because it will pump up a non-human, and that's a human rogue. So the better play would be that I have the Sengir Vampire out and then the Dusk Fang Mentor. So let's see here if they do their Luca trick. Yeah, they're going to do the Luca trick. Let's see what they get. They're going to trade out that into that. Fine. Final mana, I guess, to burn that Scion. Okay, if the Scion survives, then what I can do is summon that Mentor. Okay. Let's see what we get here. Play 2 things. Maybe it's a shock that they have. That's why it's not pausing. That's why it is pausing, I mean. Anyway, let's see if that lives. Good. Gained life and becomes a 4/4. Very nice. Chandra, is that the one that can torch everything for 3? Deals 2 damage to any target, discard, exile. What are they gonna do? Discard your hand? Now they're gonna do the +1, deal 2 damage. But everything can survive, so I'm good. Yeah, I don't think this was a great play for them because their +1 deal 2 damage is not gonna do anything. And then Luca just puts stuff into exile, but who cares? They can't cast it, they're out of mana. And then they're obviously not gonna do the +1 discard. So the 2 damage to me, okay, that's fine. So let's reveal their hand. Then we will... I guess it'll be better to take out Chandra. I'm not too worried about Luca just yet, so we will Menace and the Scion into Chandra. They're having a hard time deciding what to play. Okay, so we don't need that Incinerator. Instant Blizzard deal creature equal to the number of instants in your graveyard, and they don't have any just yet, so okay. So here's what we'll do. We'll take out Chandra, even though she was just summoned. Gaining more life off of that. I'm at 31 life. So that card is worthless. That one. You may cast when Fissure Wizard enters the battlefield. You may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. They might do that. They can't resummon their Planeswalker yet. You can play a Mad Ratter. Who cares? Well, I know what that. The Mad Ratter is there to create rats so that Luca can. Oh, never mind. Yep. Too much good stuff. All right. GG opponent. Ooh, I just was using that card right there. Okay. We got 15 out of 20. Let's play one more. Then we're coming into the... After the gold digging, then we'll do a crack-a-pack. I have not revealed what the booster pack is yet. So I'll reveal that very soon. While the opponent... Ooh. I'm looking at some of the Twitter headlines. I don't know if we want to look at news and stuff, but something is interesting in the news. Anyway, I go first. I can do stuff here. Oh, Perforos, so another mono red deck. So I'll play that Acquisition Expert. That's a zombie vampire. Play the Acquisition Expert, and they'll have to reveal one thing, which will probably be their overcosted thing, but then they'll use a burn spell on that, which is fine. The ghoul needs 2. Underworld Breach. Thundering Review. Okay, so they'll probably, if I have all of these sacrificial creatures, that'll be fine, because then they'll, well, Twitter might be annoying, but let's think about using some of these terms instead. It's too much of a serious term to use on Twitter being annoying. But anyway, Bojo, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? That's a 4-3. That's annoying. Okay. Tectonic Giant. Guess let's get rid of... Which of these is more important? Tectonic, when it attacks, deals 3 damage to each opponent, exile 2 cards. I guess an axe? They're both annoying. We'll have some blockers right here. So if they attack, I can double block. Porphyros can't do its thing yet. Everything gets haste. 3 damage to each opponent, sure. Part of what my deck does is bring things back to life, so even if these things die right here, Trana will bring them back. Unless they have 4 damage. That's a pretty cool animation right there. Valakut Explosion doesn't really do much. That's okay. If your family turned up, I'll still be around. Alright, let's get... You may put a red card onto the... Sure. Anyway, they get to pick one of my creatures out of the graveyard. Alright. Then I'll have this, and once I gain life with that Nighthawk Scavenger, it'll get even bigger. Alright, so what are they gonna sneak attack into their hand? 3 damage, probably to that swarm. Oh, okay. And then the final creature, which will then make the terror... No, I guess not. Okay, that's fine. Huh. That's fine, I guess. Oh, I'm at 17 life, actually. That's not that fine. Anyway... So now I have a blocker, but if they summon a creature, the terror will take it out. Yep, so that does that. They're gonna take out the scavenger. Everything has haste. I guess I'm dead here. 5 and 5, and yeah, I guess they got it. Isn't that always the case with the red decks? Everything looks like it's going all right, and then suddenly it goes out of nowhere. All right, so we got the gold. Let's do our next item on the schedule right here. I've got a crack-a-pack of Commander Legends. So I'm going to open up Commander Legends and see if I get some cool cards to add to my decks. So I'm going to open this up and see what we get. Any predictions? Any predictions? Anything that you're all looking for me to possibly crack open? Let's go for it. So I'm going to do it over here in the card cam. Right here. And I'm going to open this up and see if we get some good stuff. Alright. Make new friends that stick together forever. And then they have Land of War Abomination. Hilarious. So I guess it's saying that with all of your friends you'll be an undead pile of zombies together. Anyway, the real cards right here. So we have Spark Tongue Dragon, 3/3 for 5 mana. When it enters, you may pay X. Oh yeah, that one was from like War of the Spark or something. It's kind of like a kicked spell. And we've got the Scrap Diver Serpent, 7 mana for a 5/5, cannot be blocked as long as defending player controls an artifact. So if the opponent has their Soul Ring out, I guess this is 5/5 unblockable. Crushing Vines, poor little bird getting killed by foliage, 3 mana instant, choose one. Destroy target creature with flying, or an artifact, or a bird artifact. Then we've got Dragon Mantle, 1 red, enchantment aura, enchant a creature, Dragon Mantle enters battlefield, draw a card, and this gets fire breathing. Okay, cool. So you can make your creature stronger and it draws you a card. Kitesail Skirmisher, 4 mana, human pirate, it's a 3/1, it's got flying, and a huge wall of text. Whenever Kitesail, and it's a common. This is kind of interesting that according to Wizards of the Coast and their current New World Order philosophy, common cards shouldn't be too complex, but here we have 2 complex things about it, and it is a common, although it is a commander supplemental product, so I guess they can break their own rules. Anyway, when this attacks, another target creature attacking the same player or planeswalker gains flying, so you give one of your other attackers flying, and then Encore for 6, which reminds you that, or for 5, exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn if able. They gain haste, and then sacrifice them at the end. So things come back. This is a sorcery, you can replay this, you can send a 3/1 flyer at your opponents from out of the graveyard for 5 mana. Jalum Tone, this is an old classic card from back in the 90s. 3 mana. 2 and a tap, draw a card, then discard a card. Viscera Seer, 1 black, creature, vampire wizard, Sacrifice a creature, scry 1, and it reminds you now that that scrying is looking at the top, etc. Oh, never mind. Mill. Mill is the latest keyword that was added, not scry. Scry's been there a while. Soul's Fire, 3 mana. Instant. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. So it's a bite mechanic in red. I wonder how many of those there are actually, because mostly red has, mostly green has that ability. You got like a cool Leonin over here. I guess that's a Johnny back there, or is that some other core or something? I guess a Johnny is giving power to some other Leonin, and the Leonin's going berserk. And Avatar, he sculpts of anger and flame. And we've got Captain's Call. 4 mana sorcery, create 3 1/1s. So for your Go Wide Tokens deck. Farhaven Elf, 3 mana, Elf Druid, 1/1. When this enters, you may search your library for a basic land, put it into the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. So that's cool. It's the good old 3 mana ramp spell, but it also gives you a 1/1 blocker. Bitter Revelation, 4 mana sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. Lose 2. So it feeds the graveyard strategies and draws you 2 cards. Pirate's Cutlass, 3 mana artifact. When it enters, attach it to a target pirate. Now I don't know if it was until Zendikar Rising that was the first time we got the auto equipment. Besides this auto equips to only a pirate, but the Zendikar equipment auto equips to any creature. So I don't know if before this there was also another auto equipment just onto a regular creature. Does anyone know that? Were there any auto equipment before Pirate's Cutlass, before the Zendikar artifacts? Open the Armory. Here's the first uncommon. 2 mana, sorcery, search your library for an aura or equipment, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So a tutor. This is sort of like, what's that other one? Enlightened Tutor, but also lets you get an equipment. What's the difference actually? Because Enlightened Tutor is a rare. Search your library for an aura. Oh, okay, yeah. Enlightened Tutor is any enchantment, and this is an enchantment aura or equipment. That's the difference. Golem Artisan. We have the 5 mana artifact creature Golem. 2 generic mana, target artifact creature gets +1, or 2 generic mana, target artifact creature gains your choice of flying, trample, or haste until end of turn. That's cool, I like that. Better Living through Metallurgy. And I already saw that there's some sort of mythic over here eventually. In the meantime, we have the Shimmermere. That is 3 mana artifact creature mirror, 2/2 with flash. You may cast artifact spells as though they had flash. That's fine. It's a Vedalken Orrery, but on a creature, and only affects artifacts. It evades Phyrexians by hiding in the spaces between seconds, also known as milliseconds, I guess. Profane Transfusion is the mythic. Let's see if this is good. 9 mana sorcery. 2 target players exchange life totals. You create an XX colorless horror artifact creature token, where X is the difference between those players' life totals. I guess on Magical Christmas Land, what would happen here? Let's say one opponent has 20 life, and one opponent has 10 life. So you turn one opponent into 10 life and you turn another into 20. Obviously, you're going to do politics. And you're going to say, hey, Janet, I will turn your life back to 20 and Billy's down to 10. And then she says, yeah, great, do it. And then you then create a 10-10, because there's a difference of 10 there, I guess. Those that fall short of perfection can still contribute to the great work. And that's Kesket, the Flesh Sculptor. That's the mythic. The next card is Jury, Master of the Review. So having Judith and Jury together would be cool. We have Rakdos Mana, a 1/1. Human Shaman. Whenever you sacrifice a permanent, put a 1/1 counter on Jury. When Jury dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So it's got that sort of Rakdos demon action that happens when a demon dies, like Tybalt's demons and stuff. They deal 1 final point of damage. That's cool. Here, when Jury gets bigger and bigger, they deal damage to any target, so creature, player, or planeswalker. And obviously this will couple very well with Judith also, because when something dies on Judith's watch, that's another point of damage. What a show! We're going to make a killing tonight. Haha, that very droll Rakdos humor. Then we've got here Tormod, the Desecrator, one of the sort of like auto-include legendaries in these boosters. So 4 mana, 4/2. Now there's an epic flavor fail here that I'll talk about in a moment. Zombie Wizard. Whenever one or more cards leaves your graveyard, create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token, and it partners. So you can have 2 commanders if they both have partner. Oh, look at that. We got a foil Jaloon Tome to go along with my regular Jaloon Tome. Over here. Where did that go? Did I imagine that? I know I got a Jaloon Tome, right? Here it is. So I got 2 Jaloon Tomes in 1 booster pack. What are the odds on that? 10 million to 6? And then it's foil. And then lastly, Prismatic Piper. So you can partner that with Tormod. It's a 3/3. You choose a color before the game begins, and then you partner. And lastly, I got a Monarch token. Alright, so I was going to say a flavor fail over here with Tormod. Let's switch over here to the web browser. So I got Tormod, the Desecrated, and if we know our history, we know that there's been Tormod's Crypt. So obviously I prefer the original art. Chris Rush, rest in peace. Tap it, sacrifice Tormod's Crypt to remove all cards in target player's graveyard from the game. So nowadays, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Original text, or flavor text. The dark opening seemed to breathe the cold, damp air of the dead earth in a steady rhythm. So back in the 90s when I first played, I loved that card. It was reprinted in Chronicles. There was just something about playing a 0 casting cost spell. And as we see here, it's actually not been printed that often. Relatively. It was printed in the dark in 1994, Chronicles a year later, and then not until Time Spiral in 2000, what year is that? 2006. So there was no printing of this for 11 years between Chronicles in 95 and then Time Spiral in 06. Then they changed the art in Friday Night Magic 2008. 2013 in a core set, and then in Magic 2015 core set, Commander 2014, they reprinted it in Mystery Boosters. So Mystery Booster, this still has the original copyrights, 2014, but that was 20. When did Mystery Booster come out? 2020 or 2019? At the end of 2019. So anyway, here's the flavor fail, and then and most recently in Core 21. So it's still around. Here's the flavor fail. If we then compare it with Tormod the Desecrator, whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard in the original Tormod's Crypt, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. They really should have made Tormod the Desecrator that whenever one or more cards leave any graveyard, create a zombie. Yeah, it would have been more powerful, of course, because here you have only the option of yourself. You have to get stuff out of your own graveyard. And you can do it by using Tormod's Crypt on yourself. I guess what you're going to do is, after you've got a bunch of... And one of the cool things is, as long as it's any card, so it doesn't even have to be a creature. So as long as any card leaves your graveyard, all it says is it leaves your graveyard. So you can pay flashback cost of a card. You can pay encore cost of a card. That's going to leave the graveyard. You could Tormod's Crypt yourself. You could do other things like Crook of Condemnation. Exile all cards from all graveyards. That'll hit yourself. So I wish they would have made this that it was when it leaves any graveyard, it triggers. Because just like the original Tormod's Crypt, it could hit anyone. What do you think? What do you all think there in the chat? Is that a flavor fail? Would it have made it too powerful? Are there any old timers out there that are saying finally we get a Tormod art? Because we had the Tormod's Crypt for 30 years. Well, not 30 years, but 25 years. And now we finally get to see it on a card. Life is but the precursor to a long and successful death. Flavor text. Alright, that was my Crack-a-Pack. That was my Crack-a-Pack. So we've done our gold digging, we've done our Crack-a-Pack. I forgot to ask also one more thing, then we'll go on. That was the Crack-a-Pack, but what is the pack one pick one if you were drafting Commander Legends? What would you want out of this? I'm thinking possibly the Jury and make some sort of Rakdos Sacrifice deck. Jalum Tome. Jalum Tome might be okay if then coupling it with Tormod to do some self-exile somehow. What else? Maybe the Golem for some artifact stuff. This Profane might be some cool long-term play. If we are playing a big old Commander game, then that might be a long-term play. But yeah, any thoughts on that? What would you take? Pack one, pick one. But actually you get to pick two because it's Commander Legends drafts. So you get to pick two cards. Alright, so think about that. I'm going to take a quick break. When I come back, we will go on with more gameplay. We're going to start the cube draft, so we'll get started in just a bit. BRB. Alright everyone, we are back. Welcome back. Took a little bit of a break. Made myself a little bit of a drink right over here. What we've got on the agenda next is the Tinkerer's Cube. Let me set myself up for that. I'm going to play the best of 3 Tinkerer's Cube. And that's traditional, as they call it. Why don't they call these things best of 3 or best of 1? In the Tinkerer's Cube, raw power isn't going to be enough to succeed. These cards are interlocking parts that will do far more together than on their own. What are the right gears and widgets for your deck? If you combine the right pieces, you can create an incredible invention. And then to see the full list, click here. This best of 3. Now, why does it say click here, which takes you to the website, which you can also then see it by just clicking right here and staying inside of Arena. Anyway, I took a little browse through it. Then there's the usual sorts of things about a variety of strategies based on what comes together. Then we can make a very cool, powerful, synergistic deck. The cat is about to jump onto my lap, and I will let him jump onto my lap before I start the draft, because then... Come on, jump. You can do it. Jump. He's been enjoying to sit behind me in this chair where there's no space, so obviously I have to move out of his way for him to jump up here. But, let's see if he jumps. Come on. Cats, they do what they want. I'm sure he's going to jump at the most inopportune time. Right when I'm about to make an amazing pick, he'll jump on my lap and disturb the whole... There he goes. He just jumped. He wants to get in the spot back here, but there's no space for him. So I have to get out of the way to make space for him. I might put him on stream in a little bit, but for the moment he's just trying to find his own spot right here. There we go, we are ready. It did say in under a minute, and there we go, 42 seconds. Alright, so we have the Farika's Libation removal, Champion of Landhold. Creatures with power less than this cannot be blocked whenever another creature is battlefield. Put a +1. Creatures with power less than whatever cannot be blocked. Can't block creatures you control. So that might be some... If we go with a green... Now let's go with Nylea, because it's an indestructible god. And then we'll see about some other sort of green strategies. Although that libation is useful. Wilt. Patron of the Valiant. 5 mana, 4/4 flying. When the patron enters the battlefield, put a +1 counter on each creature you control with a counter. So you have to have counters before this. Counter counters your counters. Okay, fine. Kroxa, 2 mana Kroxa. Branching Evolution puts more counters on things. Izoni would do interesting things. Triome, Faith's Fetters. Grumgully. Okay, if we're going for a creature strategy, Nylea is about creatures. Grumgully is about creatures. Rampant Smasher. Kroxa. Flame Spill, Faith's Fetters, Serendib Ifrit. This is a good one too. It's just a 3/4 for 3 mana. Anointed Procession for a counters effect. Okay, so Anointed Procession plus Branching Evolution is both like some amazing counter action. Green-white counters or Gruul creatures. Both strategies sound amazing, but we'll see. There's the Edict effect. Crocodile of the Crossing, it's a 5/4 haste. Although you have to put a -1 onto itself. Dinrova Horror. That one's cool. Heliod's Pilgrim lets you go get an aura. Yeah, let's go with green. Oh, and then we have Hazaret right here. Kenrith's Transformation, that's useful. Crash Through. Let's go with another Indestructible God. That's what this strategy will be all about. So who's my opponents? Garzatron, Theta Sigma, Zeladon, AMC MTG, Mero MTG, Punter, and Gat. Got a traffic jam over here with Gat. Okay, so Nylea, creature reducer, so that Crocodile can come out even faster. Then we got Hazaret. Ruin Crab. Okay, Leafkin Druid for some big stuff. Goblins. Let's get that Druid. Let's get that Mana Dork on our team. People forget that this Leafkin Druid gets even bigger when you have 4 or more creatures. I wanna sit in my own chair, but then the cat is in the Varix. Collected company, look at the top 6 cards, put 2 of them if they're small. The Ashino Pyromancer. So Varix is a 4/4 flyer with can be kicked. Someone passed that collected company, so that's cool. Someone passed Baral. Terrarion enters tap, sacrifice to add 2 mana, and draw a card. Card's Bastion for proliferation. Eora's Blessing, enchanted creature. When it enters, it deals 4 damage, and it gets a +1. So 4 mana deals 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker, and +1. But get that. We got the Flatulent Wizard card. Infuriate, Cathartic Reunion. Yeah, we'll do stuff with these wizards. Selfala. Gitu Chronicler. If it was kicked, you can return. Sorcery Ozolith. I'm not doing anything with tokens. Whenever another creature enters, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater. Whenever another creature, then each other creature's power add X in any combination of colors where X is the greatest power. Seems a little complicated than I would like. There's a mana fixing. Okay, so I returned back here. I can get that mana fixing. I can get the Grim Initiate or the Wilt or the Claim. If I have a sacrifice outlet, that Claim would be useful. Branching, no one took that branching, although I can have the Smasher. 4 mana for that. I'm not really doing one or more counters. Well, let's see if we can work with that. Nothing here. I guess I'll take someone's Edict. Kenrith, sure. That draws a card. People forget that that draws a card as well, I believe. Nothing useful here. Blessing. And no one wanted that Quench. Okay, next pack. Ooh, Drakuseth plus Mouth. Thorn Lieutenant. Firebrand. I have 1 mana ramp for Drakuseth. We'll see what else wheels around. So we've got 2 of these evil wizards, Raul and a Johnny, a Chandra and Jace, and a Nahiri as my opponents. Wasn't this wizard character like a special... So that's human, makes a human, makes a bunch of 1/1s, 4/2. That's a Kavu that can get big. Actually, that giant, I like that giant a lot. Burning Prophet. I don't have a lot of non-creatures actions. Ranamon Unicorn, love that art. Castle and Breath is useful. Okay, that giant is always cool, so we'll get the giant, and then if we get that castle or the Kavu. Pyromancer, Treason, okay, that Harpooner, actually that Destiny Spinner, or the Hunt the Weak. There's a lot of things I like here. Uncounterable creatures, make a land come to life. Hunt the Weak, puts a counter, kills a thing. Crawl Harpooner is useful as well. Star of Extinction. Ancestral Mask. Ooh, Crows and Tusker. Roar of the Worm. Yeah, let's get that Tusker just in case we can do stuff. Not doing a lot of enchantment stuff. Fauna Shana. Discard a creature. Search your buy for a creature. Reveal it. So trade 1 creature for... Oh, Trendershoot Dryad, actually. Hey there, Stevie. How are you doing? Welcome. I just started the draft, and there's so many amazing things. I'm doing... Oops, I double-clicked that one way too fast, but it was one that I wanted. I'm playing the Cube draft with such amazing cards. So how are you doing? How is your week so far? I'm sitting very uncomfortably because I can't lean back on my chair because the cat is behind me. This little kitten has such an interesting personality compared to my old cat. He's definitely much more frisky. He's been chewing on my hands way too much compared to my old cat. So my hands are all scratched up like Freddy Krueger's coming after me. And he also has chosen, because he's little, I wonder when he gets big how this will work, but the funny thing is that he's found a spot to sit right behind me on this chair, because he's so little. Finally defeated Mist after 2 decades. Gotta admit, the ending had me left with a bit of tears of joy. That is so cool. I know you were talking about that recently, and you also streamed it and stuff. So congrats on that, to getting to the end of that that game. I never passed it myself. I played it very, very little actually, but okay, so people are passing the green cards. That's good. So what do I have here? Only 7 red plus 17 green. Now the next game is going to take longer. Riven. Yeah, after they made that original Mist, they said people love this, let's give them even more. Okay, are there any good enchantments that have been passing by? Sacrifice this, search the library for a basic land, put it into the battlefield tapped. Okay, I want some of that ramp. See if we get that ox later on. Pay Golos. Treasure map. Upgrade. Titanox Rex. There's a lot of things that I like here, definitely. I remember playing the OG trilogy on CDs. Yeah, 6 CDs. I remember that CDs were CD-ROMs were pretty new. I remember because I'm older than you. I remember when CD-ROMs, and they were called MPCs, multimedia personal computers, and there was like, if your computer had a double speed CD-ROM drive, that was an MPC, and then if it had like a quad speed, you were a high roller. And nowadays, what are they at, like 64 speed or something? The finale, exile being in 3 for the number 3. That's pretty fun. They do that a few times, right? Sacrifice a creature, exile the top card, you may play it. Oh look, there's that water knot that we've played several times in real life, right? Wolfhaven. Okay, yep, so I'm getting some pretty good ramp. And there's that Rigging Runner, the pirate deck. Getting some pretty good ramp. So I might be able to play some of these huge things. Grath, Omen of the Forge, Mindstone. After a miss, you try to bid a 5D chess. How does that work? Because I thought that the 4D means time. And then what is the 5th dimension? I know there's the 3D chess that they had in Star Trek when they would move it to the different levels, not just one board, but then there's the different levels above and below. So how is it? What's the 5 in the 5D? Is it like an official game? Oh, there's Multani. I think Multani is cool too, but the Dragon Master makes... Let's see if Multani... Yeah, Multani might come around because people have been skipping green cards, so let's see if Multani comes back. The only problem is that every card that I've been getting, I totally want. Another mana, Dork, Havoc, Jester, 5/5. When you sacrifice, deals 1 damage to any target. Lightning, Wizard's Lightning. Hey there, Toxic, how are you doing? Welcome. We're right in the middle of Cube Draft, Tinker's Cube. I'm putting together a pretty cool Gruul creature deck featuring Grumgully the Generous, giving you some weird mushrooms that you should not accept. Do not accept his mushrooms, even though he's like totally like, yeah, try these out, you'll be fine, put him on your pizza. I'll get the Titanox Rex. Yeah, people have been passing red and green, so that's good for me. very good for me. You're new to this game and you kind of use all your well cards, which you got from codes online. So any tips? Yes, if you want more codes, all you have to do is hang out on the stream. I'm giving away codes, actually. If you see down at the bottom, see how it says Patreon, and then it says command points, and then exclamation point redeem. You will actually be earning points, and then you will be able to get wildcards from your old buddy VM Campos. For all that you have to do is hang out on the stream. So hang out on the stream and chat, and you'll be accumulating points. Let's see what the points look like at the moment. Points. Actually, wait a minute. What do I do? Top. That'll pop up, I think. I think that's the command. I forgot what my own commands are. But anyway, some tips. So there we go. Okay, here we go. Top. So Mark is number 1 with 28,000 points. Stevie, number 2, 25,000. Ashley with 5,000. Daybreak with 1,600. Me, I guess, with 13. Really Evil Rick with 11. Cat with 800. And Cosmic with 750. Gabe with 700. And PG with 700. So once you get 100 points, you can start redeeming them. See down there it says exclamation point redeem space MTGA code. You will get MTGA codes just for hanging out and chatting to use on Arena. And I'll give you some tips in a moment as well. Let me just look at my deck for a little bit here. Welcome to Magic. How long have you been playing it? Let's put cats as the sleeve. Let's confuse the opponent. We're gonna put a Black Lotus sleeve, and the opponent won't know what we have. Alright, so I got a lot of great things that I really like in this deck. You've been playing for 13 days. Wow, that's so cool. Welcome. What convinced you to play? What convinced you to get into Magic 2 weeks ago? I totally want to know your whole story. I first played Magic. I don't know if you've previously seen my YouTube videos. I do videos, beginner videos, intermediate videos, advanced videos on Magic. I first played back in the 90s. No, I don't have a Black Lotus. But I do have a vintage Soul Ring right there. No big deal. And I played back in the 90s. I stopped for a long time, and then I started again in 2017. And I'm addicted again. So anyway, what is this deck about? 25 creatures. So what do? I guess the Outcast. Don't get any equipment, so that's not necessary. The rigging. This could be a 2/2. Ovia creates servos. They're not really doing a servo strategy. This elk lets me go get more lands for the bigger things. That removes a thing. Crawl removes. More mana. More mana. Thorn. I'm not really doing any targeting. Actually, the Titanic Brawl would apply. Before you were playing Fortnite and it got boring, so you downloaded a few games from the Epic Launcher. One of them were Magic. Very cool. Yeah, that's how you started playing. Cool. So yeah, Fortnite, very, very, very popular, of course. Magic's been around a while, and the digital version here is very, very good. If you want to add as friends, check me out right here. VMCampos69225 is my Magic name here. If you want to add me, I'll add you back. And eventually, when the ability to share decks is available, I could easily give you some decks and stuff. Also, you should totally join our Discord. See at the very bottom right there, discord.gg/dptgvnu. Join our Discord, and you can also get some tips and decks and advice and all of that. So I'm inviting you to that. Join the Discord. A lot of cool people there to help with all things Magic. Okay, so what am I doing here? Okay, leaf cane overgrown. Yeah, I don't have that command at the moment, unfortunately. I need to step up my game with commands. Hey there, Chance, how are you doing? So I'll just put it in directly here. discord.gg/dptgvnu. Right there. There's the link. So trying to put this together. How are you doing, Chance? I'm playing the Tinkerer's Cube, and I'm going with a green. I'm going with a green, and there we go. We got you in the Discord there, Toxic. Welcome. Don't forget to check out the bio. Go to the bio's channel and add just a quick bio about yourself. Check out the rules, of course. And yeah, just enjoy the Discord right there. And feel free to ask any questions and stuff in the appropriate channel. And I do these streams every Saturday at 8 p.m. What time is it for you, actually? I started this at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Currently is 9:30 p.m. Pacific time for me. What about all of you? Sound off on your time zones there. I know Stevie's also Pacific time. Chance, I don't quite remember your time zone, but I think Mark took a little break and he's over in New Zealand. So, and then Bojo was here earlier. I don't remember their time zone. But anyway, what's this deck doing? So I'm trying to ramp into big creatures, and I kind of love everything that I have here. So, a little hard to cut things, but I think it's coming together. That enchantment deals damage as well as powering up the creature. Naelia's indestructible. Path of Discovery. I've got a lot of creatures, so that should be helpful. You're in mountain time. Okay, so 1 hour ahead. Probably asked before, but I might have forgotten. Sorry about that. Ox of Agonas. Tender Shoot. I love that. Tender Shoot. Golos. Not really ever doing its amazing ability, but 5 mana to go get a land is amazing. Drakuseth is amazing. The Tusker, Roar, and the Titanox. So down to 46. That's 20 creatures. I need to cut 3 creatures. So I'm trying to do a lot of ramp. So what should I cut? The Dragon Master Outcast. I just love the concept of that one, but it doesn't fully synergize. You're building a mono green deck. You'd like a little help. Yeah, we can also... I'll gladly... What you could do is, if you have the starting point of your deck, you could put it in the Discord, in the deck list channel. So I've got a bunch of channels there, post in the right one. You could take your deck list and put it in that channel. I could pull it up into my account here and we can further tweak it and stuff. Happy to do that. Or we can all give ideas as well. Everyone that's hanging out in the chat. So I got 46. I need to take out 3 creatures. Okay, the Dragon Master. I like the Dragon Master, but it doesn't come online until I've got 6 lands. The Elk gets me lands. Yeah, no worries. I'm going to be here for a while. Kenris Transformation. The Harpooner. That should remove flyers. It's 2 mana to remove to do a 3 damage to a flyer, basically. Leafkin, Battlement, Titanic Brawl, Kavu, Haven, Manticore. Okay, this one. Well, it's a 4/2, so it's kind of fragile. Reclamation Sage deals with artifacts and enchantments. Crum Gully is an important piece. Crystalline Giant is easy. I guess Hazaret. Hazaret might be removed. Nah, Hazaret is indestructible. Although I have to have 1 card in hand. I'm not really doing an aggro deck. This Blessing deals 4 damage to a creature and gives a creature +1. Varix, Crocodile. So This would probably be a 4-3 with haste. If I have other creatures, it might weaken them. Just found out not long ago there's a speedrun community of old school games. Yeah, there's speedruns for everything. There's I think one of the main speedrun channels is called something like Good Games Done Fast, Good Games Done Quick, something like that. There's a couple of speedrun communities, yeah, exactly, that they're like into everything, speedrunning everything. Even like speedrunning like old Atari games that have like one level. Trying to shave off like milliseconds off of things. So everything's got a speedrun nowadays. Speedrun SimCity, right? Speedrun chess. So Nylea, Path, Ox, Tender Shoot, Golos, Dracoseth, Crozen, Roar, Titanox. 43 cards. What can I cut? Let me save what I've got so far. I just need to remove 3 cards or so and I'm good. 1. So I've got 6 in red, 18 in green. So far on speedrun.com's website, the fastest beaten game of Mist is 37 seconds? What, did they hack the code or what? Like, how are you able to beat Mist in 37 seconds? So what do I remove? That dragon outcast. I'm probably blinding myself to how good that card is. Well, if I have enough lands, I'm going to have enough lands. You're in a fight, we'll send the deck in 3 minutes. Yes, no worries. We've got plenty of time. Gonna be here. Usually stream 3 or 4 hours or so, and I've only been here 1.5 hours, so we're good. Zip mode turned on, but I don't know how does that even still work, because don't you have to solve a bunch of puzzles and move through different parts of the island and stuff? So I have no idea how that would work. Alright, I want to go with 42 creatures. Maybe I could still remove that Tender Shoot Dryad, but I want to go with 42 cards. Yes, I know 40 is what we want, but there's so many amazing things. And we'll see how it goes. So, all you need is that white page Atris asks for you to receive. Well, I don't remember the details, so okay, if that's a way to pass it, then that's cool. Kind of like playing Doom. A lot of the levels are about passing it in 30 seconds. And when I play it, it takes 5 minutes or whatever. Uh-oh, the opponent missed a land drop, which is fine by me, but let's do this. Let's see if they use up their... Looks like they missed another land drop. And while I have not. No, kitty, don't go. No! The cat jumped on the amazing cam over here. Let's do this for a moment. Let's see how this looks. Card cam. See, you can see the cat's paws right there. Anyway, let's go back here. Here we go. So, What are we doing? I'll check that deck one moment. Let's do this. 4th mana, Path. 5th mana, Tender Shoot Dryad. Oh my god, the cat is so cute, laying where he's not supposed to. He's on my cards. He's on the cards I just opened up. Alright, so Tender Shoot Dryad is going to be amazing right here. Now, is there a... I know there's Wrath of God, but is there like a... Settle the Wreckage. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more mana and I have Ascended, and then my plants grow. They're looking at their Dawn of Hope. Strategic planning. Throwing away some lands and some contentious plans. There we go. Have Ascended. Do I want a Roar? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. Play that land. Let's... crack that Omen. You are forgetting to tag someone in the tweet. I should have attacked with both, but anyway, actually it's a good thing I didn't attack with both because they could have had that one spell. Okay, so I'm totally comboing off here. Amazing. Oh man, I'm getting destroyed. Fine. I already still have a lot of power. Oh, actually, they're copying it. I don't have a way to kill that. Kavu. If I had a removal, that'd be good. We'd both get our own. They have not ascended yet, however. Six and 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is 7 mana right there. I've got enough creatures here, so we'll... If we both block each other, that'll be fine. Okay, they won't. So... On speedruns, the quickest completion of Riven is 17 minutes. So missed in a mere seconds, but Riven in much more time, huh? Divine Visitation is a problem, yes. But I have way more attackers, so I'll probably be good. And they're like, good gaming me. Yes! Alright, got it, Crack Wizard. Oh, actually, it's best of 3. I forgot about that. Okay. Yeah, this deck seems fine. So I think I saw over here a deck list that got played. Let's see here. I'm going to take a quick look at your deck list while the opponent, then I'll open it up. I'll open it up proper in a moment. So we got Reclaim the Wastes, Reynata, Call to the Hunt, Gilded Goose, Lotus Cobra, that one's very good. Elysian Carotid, that's another good one. Ram Through, good. Cultivate Triad. Or Visionary Orb. Okay, so you're getting a lot of green to make some big things. You've got 2 Gigantosauruses, that's fun. You got a Vivian, Rampaging, Brontodon, Beanstalk, Primal Might, love that one. Great Henge, love that one. Bonder's Enclave, Affectionate Intrigue. Yeah, I like a lot of things, what's going on here. 18. I'm going to double check your lands in a moment, but I think that's coming together pretty well. I see some ramp, I see some payoffs. Ooh, there's Grumgully. Come on, third land. Now they're getting their lands, so they must be happy. It paused for them, so what do they have? I missed my third land drop. Amazing! Okay, so they still have some form of pausing there. They can do their servo. Fine, but I've got a Vigilant Kavu. Come on, third land. Third land I can do Reclamation Shage to destroy that. Or Grumgully. I think the better strategy is to destroy that bestiary. That's the strategy. And then they get angry with their Hedron. So at least they have cool Hedron. Missing their land drop. Missed their land drop. Okay. So let's see if this doesn't get countered. I'm gonna force them to play their spell before I do. Yeah, there it is. That's fine. Double blocking that, that's fine. So then I'm setting myself up for a Grumgully to do amazing stuff. And I did Procession. Okay, that's fine. Okay. They're getting worried. Okay, they might have a Wrath of God if they let their own creature die here. Kazmina makes a creature, makes two creatures. Because of the Procession. Fine. I have enough creatures for Golos. Let's do a Golos. Let's go grab a land, any land, right? So we'll put that land. Do not want to lose Grumgully. Okay, next turn, Omen. Oh, duplicated. That's gonna be a lot of trouble. Don't think I can get through that. But Kazmina's down to whatever, so okay. Fine. Let's do a flyer. Let's see if they fall for this. I'm gonna have to lose 3 blockers to take it out, which is fine, because then I've got a 5/5 flyer. I guess 2 blockers anyway. Hopefully they don't make more tokens. Kazmina's dead, so she can't make more tokens, but she's already got 7. Fine. Okay. What do I want to do here? 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have 6 mana. I can cycle that for 2. No, didn't miss too much. Still doing pretty well. My opponent made a bunch of wizards, but I've got a flyer, and next turn they're dead unless they can get rid of my flyer. So we might. And then the cat has discovered yet another place to hang out, right on top of my cards over here. So here's the card cam. So we get to see the next booster pack plus the cat's tail. So that'll be fun. Anyway, what's the opponent up to? Unless they have a flyer. Unless they have a flyer or can remove my flyer, that's game over. Divine Visitation. They threw away Divine Visitation, so they weren't expecting to get any more. Okay, so yeah, these are still all flyers. So if they pass to me, that's game over. They got it. Yep, so they attacked me with 6 wizards, but I took it like no problem. There we go. We got another win. That was scary. Double processions. That was going to double all their tokens, which they did. Look at that. They got 8 tokens there. I would have been dead next turn, but they didn't have any defense against 1 flyer. So, yeah, this was working very well. Grumgully making my creatures bigger. Yep, I like this deck. All right, let's look at Toxic's deck on my account here. We'll get back to the cube in a moment, but I want to pull up their deck. So copy that, import. So I'm missing a few cards, but let's see what we've got. Oh, I'm just missing 1 card, 2 Trails of Crumbs. All right, so we've got the Gilded Goose, turn 1 mana dork, very good. We've got Reclaim the Wastes. This is the one about search for basic, put into your hand. The problem with this card is that it puts the land into your hand. So yes, it lets you go get the lands that you need, but there's 2 types of cards in this vein. There is the kind that gets the card and puts it into your hand, and there's the kind that puts it onto the battlefield. You want the one that puts it into your battlefield. And that one is Cultivate, which you already have actually. So I would remove one of these wastes and put one more Cultivate if you have, again, the wild cards. When you get the wild cards, you'll be able to fully trick out the deck, but that's one thing definitely. You want Cultivate, even though, yes, it's 1 mana, it puts it into your hand. So if you're playing turn 1 and you see, oh, I need more land, okay, then yes, it's great on turn 1. But besides that, it's too slow. Cultivate is way better because it gets you 2 automatically, and then 1 goes directly to the battlefield. Reclaim the Waste, you have to pay 4 in total. The 1 green plus the kicker of 3 more, you pay 4. You pay 4 for 2, and they're both in your hand, so it's too slow. So that's what I'm gonna say for one thing. First of all, switch 1 Reclaim into 1 more Cultivate, and that'll be better. Primal Might, I like that card a lot, definitely. Releasing Carted, that's another good one to make more mana. All 4, very good. Lotus Cobra, that's very good. Okay, so here's a strategy. Here's a next level strategy. Lotus Cobra works every time you play a land. It makes a mana. There are a couple of lands that will double your Lotus Cobra. One of them is Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds doesn't do anything. It doesn't make mana, but it's a land. So imagine you play your Lotus Cobra, turn 2. You go to turn 3. You play your Evolving Wilds, Lotus Cobra gives you 1 mana. At that moment, you sacrifice the Evolving Wilds to go get another land, put it into the battlefield. Lotus Cobra triggers twice. So even though this land by itself didn't give you any mana, it was 2 landfalls, and the Lotus Cobra works twice. So, and those are commons. So I would say, we'll check your lands in a moment, but I would say, if you've got Evolving Wilds, put some Evolving Wilds in there as well. Now, Evolving Wilds is often also used to, let's say I'm playing a red-green deck. I'm going to use Evolving Wilds to go get a red land. Yes, in a monocolor deck, sometimes people don't think Evolving Wilds is useful because it's like, well, I always know I'm going to get green mana. Evolving Wilds is still useful because it lets you go guaranteed get a mana, kind of like this Reclaim the Wastes. Reclaim the Wastes, pay 1 green, go get a mana for next time. Evolving Wilds, go get a mana, put it directly into the battlefield, it's tapped, but go get it right now. And it also has this advanced strategy that Evolving Wilds helps do deck thinning, which is that there's now one less card in your, there's one less dead card in your library so that you know that you're going to get good cards. So that's another change I would say there. If you've got Lotus Cobra, Evolving Wilds should be one of your lands in there as well. So Evolving Wilds. And the other land that is like this is Fabled Passage. Now this one's a rare, but it does the same thing as Evolving Wilds. It lets you go get a mana of any color, but if you've got 4 mana, the land comes in untapped. Evolving Wilds gets you a land, but it comes in tapped, so you can't use it right away. Fabled Passage, if it's your 4th land, it'll come in untapped, ready to use. So if you've got that, but it's rare. Let's see what else. Ram through, very good. I like that one to damage the opponents, creatures. Trail of Crumbs, I like that definitely. However, Trail of Crumbs is best used to synergize with other cards that care about when you sacrifice a permanent. By itself, it's fine that it makes it food, and then when you eat the food, you draw cards. So Trail of Crumbs by itself is fine, but then with other things synergizes better. So we'll see what else you have here. Broken Wings to destroy an enchantment artifact or flying creature, pretty good. Cultivate, like I said, very good. That Dryad is very good as well. Land of War Elves, very good. Makes more mana, draws you a card. Garruk's Harbinger, I love that card, so very good having that one. Yolo Yorvo, very good as well. Glad you've got 2 of them. Renata, very good as well. Vivian, she's very good. Makes beasts and does other cool stuff. Gigantosaurus, love that card. Nice. Affection Interest, another good one. Feasting Troll. Okay, there you go. That's why you've got some foods as well. So the Trail of Crumbs plus the Feasting Troll King, good combo there, kind of. We've got the Beanstalk Giant, very good. You go get some lands, makes a giant eventually. Crag Plate, love that one. 6/6 with haste. Could come in actually as a 10/10 if you've got all the mana. Very nice. Bronton, I love that one. When you've got all the lands, that's like a 14/14. Love it. And then the Great Henge, that one's amazing. So, okay. What I am seeing is I like a lot of what you have, definitely. I think the deck is coming together very, 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 very well. The problem is you've got 19 lands. You really always want to have 24 lands. Even though you've got creatures that make lands, the problem is creatures can be removed. If you spent your mana to summon this Gilded Goose, and someone kills it, you lost the mana. Destroying a land is a lot harder than destroying a creature. So just because something makes mana, you shouldn't really also remove actual lands. Lands are harder to interact with. So same thing with this Caryatid. It's a 1/1. Your opponent could have their own ram through and kill your Caryatid. So imagine you're missing lands and you're relying on your mana dorks. That's our nickname for creatures that also make mana. And your mana dorks are removed and you never hit your land drops, you're falling behind. So that's one thing we've got to fix here. So I'm gonna change this deck a little bit up here. First of all, we've got to get back up to those 24 forests. Bonder's Enclave is cool that it draws you cards if you've got big creatures, and you'll probably get to big creatures. But let's keep it simple first. I'm going to remove the Bonder's Enclave. I'm going to go to 24 lands. I'm going to remove these reclaims. We're at 63 cards, and we should always kind of try to be at 60 cards. We can go to 63, 62, 65. Not horrific, but it's best strategy to be at 60 cards. So I removed those crumbs. Trail of Crumbs works best with other more synergistic cards, and you have one synergistic card in terms of the Troll King. Not enough synergy for this deck. 63. So then we've got the Goose, and I also had said, okay, we want those Evolving Wilds. I'm going to go with the Evolving Wilds. Whichever ones you have. You seem to have different ones, so I'll go just to mess with the opponent, one of each. And that means 20 forests. So the Evolving Wilds let you go get the land, lets you thin your deck, plus it also gives you double mana from the Lotus Cobra if you've got it out. And I also said something else. What else did I say? Everything else is good. What else did I say here? Alright, Goose for the ramp, Primal Might for removal, Caryatid for ramp, Cobra for ramp, Ramp Through for removal, Crumbs. I'm going to remove these Crumbs. We're at 61 cards. I like the Indrik. It's 6 mana and it does 4 damage to a creature. The problem here is the theories go 1 mana for a 1/1 is the base. 2 mana for a 2/2, right? So 4 mana for a 4/4 is the base. This is 6 mana for a 4/4. Now it does have the extra ability of it does damage, so you kind of add to it. So that's sort of like a 5/5, sort of, but not really. So 6 mana for a 5/5. That's still off a little bit, right? Because when you've got 1 mana, and this one's different because actually this is better because it's 1 mana that is a flyer, 0/2. Makes a food, makes mana. So that's great. That's why it's a rare. Then we look at the 2 mana for a 1/1, but it makes mana. So that's good. 3 mana for a 2/2, but it draws you a card and makes mana. So that's good. The Indrik, it's 6 mana for a 4/4. You add the 1 for the damage, but it relies on the opponent having a creature for its thing to do something. So if they don't have a creature, you just have a 4/4, which yes is a 4/4. But if they've got a 1/1, they can block it. So I like the Indrik, but to get it down to the 60 cards, I'm going to remove it. And there we go, 60 card deck. We put more lands. 19 was a little low. We want to go to the 24. We put the Evolving Wild so that we're guaranteed to go get our lands. Plus it could trigger our Lotus Cobra more than once, so you can get even more mana out of it. And almost everything else is the same as what you had before. I removed the Trail of Breadcrumbs. Yes, it's nice, but it kind of synergizes with other things, which you don't have. And then that Indrik is cool, but you have bigger things that are kind of scarier. So that's how I would change this deck. I'm gonna put it back in the Discord there if you want it. If not, that's fine. But I'm gonna play it right now, just to see how it plays. And let's switch over to the card cam for a moment to see this. No, kitty, not my cards. He's protecting them. Anyway, so here we go. Okay, so here we go. They go first. Here we go. We have the Evolving Wilds. Now, I'm hoping to get a regular old land so that I can put the Cobra out. And then... Alright, so... Turn 1 human here, and they're going to bring out a 5/5. The way to get rid of that 5/5 is to eventually do a Primal Might. So we're going to take a couple of beatings until we get there, but... I could play the Wilds right now and guaranteed to go get a forest, but I'm going to play it a little bit... I'm going to roll the die. Now, I increase more mana, so in theory, I should get a plain old forest. There we go, plain old forest. So, Lotus Cobra, the Evolving Wilds. I'm going to be able to bring out the Gigantosaurus relatively quickly. Okay, so they're going to get greedy that way. And obviously, they think I want to block with my Cobra. So... drop that to make a green. Do this cultivate. Put a land, get another green. Then I could kill that creature right away. Yeah, let's do... no, that's actually a 0. Let's get another land. Comes in tapped, but makes another green. I could bring in another Caryatid, or I can Primal Might their creature. Let me Primal Might their creature, because then that'll prevent it from attack. That'll prevent their beast from attacking. So then they're free right there. Alright, so now they have a blocker, but then I have a 10/10. Great Henge, do not like. Okay, so I need that one artifact destroyer, and they have a Yorbo. Sure. Reynata, I can bring out Reynata. She's a 6/3. They might double block my Gigantosaurus, which I wouldn't be mad at, because there's another one in the deck, right? See how that Evolving Wilds is giving me way more mana than... yeah, double blocking. I can perfectly live with that. That's going to cause them to lose their draws off of their Colossal Majesty. They get one of those. Okay, fine. Do they finally want to kill my Cobra? It doesn't even matter because I'm already at a good stage, but then now I'm big enough to get this giant. 3 more mana to do one more bite, I bet? Nope. Okay. Can live with that. Okay, so drop that land. You probably have a ram through as well if it's pausing for them. Sorry, the lights went off for watching the screen where you check your deck. I actually just finished updating it. I can show you what I did in a moment, but the idea is I changed a few things out. Overall, it was very good. Changed a couple of things. One of the main things is that, I don't know if you heard this part, but you had, I believe you had 18 lands or maybe 17 lands, and the issue is that even though you have creatures that make mana, you still don't want to remove your mana, because a creature can be removed itself, and a creature itself can be removed, and the land is harder to remove. So it would be better to see one thing that so I'm battling another mono green player. Here's one thing also for you to think about, that Colossal Majesty could be very good, because that's drawing them a lot of, because you have our decks are very, very similar actually. Although they're gonna win because they had that Colossal Majesty. The decks are very similar, but the Colossal Majesty was winning them the game. They had 5 cards in hand. I had 0. I ran out of cards. So even though you have you had a couple of draw spells, that one is just like automatic draw spells. So there was a lot of ramp. I was able to get out the Gigantosaurus, I was able to get out a big Renata, the Giant, and the Rampaging Brontodon. So I was able to get out all the big things very fast. But the problem was the opponent had this Colossal Majesty, which is an uncommon, and it was able to just draw them way more cards than me. I was already out of cards, and they have their big creatures. Now they have a great henge, and we have a great henge too. But that card draw there, that's going to be the card draw that you want to add also. I'm going to play another one with this change here, with these changes, and then I'll add that one. But that might be a better way. And another extra thing to add, so let me try that again. While we're waiting for that to start up, we'll switch over to the cat cam. No, don't attack the camera. All right, so I get to go first, but let's see what they have. If they have like red, oh, they're gonna go with Simic. Okay, let's do the Cobra. If I get my 3rd land, then I can play the Llanowar Visionary. Actually, wow. Okay. Even though I added more mana, so I can pay. If I don't get my next mana, I can still pay. Okay, that's what we want. So Alright, so that will remove that. Whenever this creature mutates, create a beast. Okay, so obviously they're about to mutate it, so I need to remove... Of course, that card is so good. So that's going to be a 3/4. Okay, so we're going to need to ram it through, of course. I'm already at the 7/7 here, so let's do that. And so the Caryatid is amazing because now it can do 2 mana. So yeah, let's ram through right there. They have 1, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 mana in total. Okay, they're gonna bounce back the 7/7, I guess. That's fine. I can live with that because then the Primal Might will help me kill it. And then 1 more. Okay, fine. Bounce back another thing if you want. Probably the Lotus Cobra. You bounce back the Visionary, I draw another card, so... Fine, okay. Bounce that back, I can play it again and draw another card. I can live with that. I'll attack with both, take 6 damage, who cares? Oh, okay. So, what I want to do here is plus X, so I need to survive. It's a fight. I need to +3. +3 for... I guess I should just... If I +3... Sometimes I'm bad at math. Okay, so that'll still leave me with 2 mana left. That's not enough. I can bring out my 10/10. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I want that 10/10, but I need to remove that because and there's a land drop, yes. Oh, that was good. So it did give me the 2 mana when I had a big creature. They keep having their mutate cards. Fine. What are you going to bounce back? Bounce back the Visionary, draw me another card? Okay, I don't know why you're doing that. Any more mutates? No mutates. Okay. That's a 7/7. That is going to get +6/+6 and trample. So they're probably going to mutate it again, actually, so I guess they'll bounce it back. Yeah, they're going to mutate again. Fine. 1 more mutate, okay. I guess that is an 8/8. Fine, what we need to do... Alright, hopefully they don't have another mutate, because then they could bounce back. Of course, 1 more. Well, that's how that goes. Sometimes it's the luck of the draw. I think the deck was coming together well, but then they just Got that last luck. So anyway, back in the Discord, I put the version 2 of the deck. You can check that out. It's slightly different than what you had, but I think it's a little tighter in gameplay. Okay, so I go first. Let's see here. So if I can get to my 6 lands, this Dragon Master is going to make me a bunch of dragons. Alright, red, white, they probably have some strategy before you go and try to beat Riven. You think you're going to speed run Mist. Well, if you see a good That was a misplay. I shouldn't have attacked, and then I could have had blockers.